Good evening. So, day 6 of this project just wrapped today. It's Thursday the 7th, I think. And today I did the least of all. In fact, I didn't do any physical labor today whatsoever. It's the first. I did some shopping, however. Well, let's get started on the big news. Well, the big news is that we have drywall in this area now. So here's one area that was just exposed lath and plaster yesterday that's now a few drywall sheets. Here's another. And so for reference, this is going to be the workstation. Like this is where the over the range microwave, base cabinetry, upper cabinetry, base cabinetry, upper cabinetry goes. Right, and then our entire ceiling. But for one square there, which they need for some servicing. Well, not quite servicing needs. That one's yet to be done because some logistics involved. But anyway, but yeah, other than that, the entire ceiling is done. So that's a good day's work right there. Now, so in some other news, which is a combination of good and bad, this wall here, someone asked me recently if this is black mold under the window. I said I don't think so because they would have told me. Well, they clarified today that in fact could be some type of mold. But notwithstanding whether or not it's mold, that wall does not appear to be insulated behind it. And that's an exterior wall of the house. So so they said, look, Jeremy, we don't have to, we could just put drywall over top of that. I think they call this floating. Or we could actually take that wall down, take the lath and plaster down, do it properly. And it won't actually cost me that much more. We're talking a few hundred more, as long as I do the demolition myself. And I said, yeah, let's do this. Because, it's always been like cold in this space, cold in the rest of the house. God knows how much of that is because of the window being poor quality and how much of it is because the exterior wall is not insulated. So I'm just going to do the demolition myself, probably on Sunday. And then they'll put in the insulation, the rest, so that it's there. But they're actually not going to start putting in the drywall until the end of next week. And that is because they want to coordinate these two. Well, they want to coordinate that with the installation of the new window. For some reason, this is important. Right. So then what else was done today, aside from my shopping? Well, okay, so for shopping, I bought a new carburetor. It's not quite luxury, but it's maybe 1 degree down from what's luxury. It's quieter, and it's 3/4 horsepower, I believe, so this is considered good. Anyway, so I did that, and I bought a ceiling fan, bought the largest blades available, which I discussed in yesterday's video. I want to get a good cross breeze going between the ceiling fan, which you're seeing that source of light in the front room there. This is the chandelier, but in front of that's the ceiling fan in the front room. So we're going to get a good ceiling fan going up in this space, good cross breeze going. So I bought that. And then I went to buy windows and was unable to complete that sale because I lack some specific dimensions that are required here to order custom anyway. And the specific dimension Home Depot told me to ask for was inside trim. So anyway, I now have that, and ostensibly I can call them up tomorrow and just make this happen. And I think that's going to end up costing me about $350 if I want custom, which I think I do, because I'm committed to not getting the type of blind that doesn't have any pull cords. I insist on having that. And from what they tell me, if I want to get just off the shelf, which otherwise I'd be open to doing, that's only like you just push and pull it. Like there's no wand. Maybe there's a wand, which I don't want, but certainly no pull cords. I'm guessing this is a safety measure, whatever. So yeah, so if I want it off the shelf, maybe about just over $100 to get that blinds put on that window. But if I want custom, it's like $350. I'm thinking I'm going to go for custom, but I'll make a decision for sure. I should have asked them if that $350 includes the 20% discount, which I forgot to do. But anyway, so that I think. Oh yeah, so then I also found out that so they're going to finish. Well, they're going to start working on the flooring tomorrow, is what I'm told. Maybe, but definitely they're going to drywall the area of the peninsula, and oh yes, and the opening. They're going to finish not just and drywalling this column there too. And then it's just sort of like, I forget the exact terminology he's using, but finishing around this top edge there. He's going to, you know, start doing that. And so that'll be good. So I think I've purchased really everything that I have to buy, except a chair, like bar stools. We're going to get at least one bar stool. I mean, if money was no object, I might be getting 2 or 3, but I'm thinking we'll as it is, we'll get 1, maybe 2, depending on the cost. And knowing me, probably 1. And so, but other than that, because I bought the carburetor, I bought the ceiling fan, I bought the sink, I bought the flooring. So I think there was a 5th on my list, but I'm not remembering what it was. All right, so then my next video will be tomorrow. Oh yes, and one more thing before I go. The first video I posted said that I'd be going into how much all this is costing and like how we're paying for all this. And yeah, I do intend to go into a little bit of that because, you know, I think that, I don't know why I should be so committed to keeping that so high secret, right? There's no source of shame here, right? And maybe somebody will find it helpful to hear like what these kind of things actually cost, and maybe apart from that also to hear like, you know, how we afford it all. So I'm going to go into a little bit of those details probably tomorrow, all right? So in the meantime, have a great evening.